right, boys and girls, welcome to Advice Unfiltered, episode 49. All right, we're live in studio. That is right. Today is the Advice Unfiltered Ambassador episode. So what do we have? We have guests. What else do we have? We have female perspectives. But wait a sec. We have one special guest who made it back just in time for the show. He did not want to disappoint his fans. He did not want to disappoint the people on Facebook. He did not want to disappoint the people on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, sitting in the co-host chair, I'd like to introduce Christopher David. What's going on, Chris? I'm doing good.
So Chris,
all right.
How was your vacation?
How was your vacation, Chris? I believe in my vacation. It was fantastic. Kids were awesome. And yeah, I believed in the roller coasters, and it was a great time. So shout out Christopher David, who'll be joining us today. He'll be helping us ask some questions. He's here in spirit. And as you can see, he's, looks nice right there. Look at a little nipple action right there for him. So shout out Christopher David. For you guys who don't know and wanted to make sure that you just didn't have to look at me the whole episode, we brought this handsome man and his blanket. If you're a new listener, way back in episode, 4 or 5, what was it? Well, 26 is when you got it, but when the actual idea for this blanket came from Haiti, from a girl named Anita. And the idea is that we were going to make an official Christopher David blanket and that we were going to do it as a giveaway. And it took us 20 episodes to do it, but there he is in all his glory, this sexy motherfucker, Christopher David. Chris, how you feel to be in the co-host chair? I appreciate it. I believe in being here. I believe in you. I believe in the best of you. Episode 49, Advice Unfiltered. That's what I'm talking about. So anyways, shout out to Chris. I know he's watching. What's really great about this is for the first time ever, as a dad, as a single dad, he got to do something which a lot of parents dream about, which is take his kids to Disney World. And had a great time. I know I'm going to let him fill you guys in. For you guys who've been following the trip, it's amazing. But for you guys who don't know, we made a blanket of Chris a long time ago. So we figured, why not break it out? It's so good. This is, Chris, I love you. I know you're probably somewhere watching the show. I told you. I knew you would make it. Look at you sexy motherfucker. So shout out to my man, one of my best friends, Christopher David, who's on the show today. So me, Christopher, who probably later on this episode will probably sit on my lap and have to answer questions, which will make most of you jealous. It's just, I know, it's so good. I love this fucking show. It's the best. So, yeah. So, as always, as we say hi to everybody, first off, before we get to our guests, we're going to fill all of our chairs, our Advice Unfiltered Ambassadors. You know, a lot of people write into the show wondering what it's like to work with us behind the scenes, meet Chris. You really get a chance to work with us one-on-one. If you don't know how the Advice Unfiltered Ambassador program came to be, it's really important because I think what a lot of people deal with is loneliness. You know, you deal with bouts of loneliness, depression, community, wanting to get that first step, wanting to learn how to really get to the gym or learn how to fitness, and you're scared a little bit. Yes, it's the funniest thing ever. It really is, Nancy. It's really true. He's not going to kill me. He's my friend. He'll kill me later when he sits on my lap and I pet him like one of my... Like, come here, Chris. So, that's what I'm talking about. So it's maybe the greatest episode ever that he's not on. So anyways, this is how we made sure, or if we were going to have viewership today. So it's really great to have not only some of the ambassadors here, there's 14 of them, but 3 of them actually chose to fly in and drive in. So that's great. But also, what's really great about this episode is you're going to get a female perspective on some of the funny questions. I know some of you ladies out there are always like, fuck Tony and Chris. If there was only a female on that show, shit would be different. Well, shit's going to be different today. So we're going to ask them all types of questions, which is great. But as always, as always, we like to go around the room and say hi to everybody. First off, we do have a new female. I still can't believe I'm saying this shit. We have a new female who's like a co-host now. I think she moved in not too long ago. Somehow my son convinced her he was a famous podcaster, and that sold her on hanging out with him somehow. And now 3 episodes in, she lives in the basement. I'd like to give a shout out to always our crew, our Gen Z fact checker, and our new, I don't even know, what title would you like? What title would you like? Random person off live off the street? Is that what it's? She gives a good, now see, people are like, lives back. Oh my God, it's so crazy. All right, how are you two doing?
We're great.
Great. You're good? You're good?
Yeah.
It's so fun. So tell me and Chris about how it came to be. What have you guys been up to lately? You know? So anyways, Tyler, anything been going on? How's your week? How's hockey? I know you've been following the guys. How's everything been going?
Everything's good. I mean, today kind of sucked. I drove all the way down there, and I did realize I didn't have cash or my card, so I couldn't get in. So I drove all the way back.
Where's your phone? You got Apple Pay.
They didn't take Apple Pay. I walk in there and try, and they go, "We don't accept it."
Oh, and then the best part is he almost ran out of gas as well. Thankfully, Wawa took Apple Pay.
Oh my God.
Wawa.
I know for all of you who don't know, I'm sure all of us remember what it's like, how many times. I can tell you a million times that I had pennies in the little change jar, and I ran out of gas and coasted into the gas station. And I actually handed the guy pennies, and he threw them back at me. He goes, "We don't take change." I go, "You take money today, bro, or I'm not moving this car from this gas station." I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not gonna live here.
Hey,
But
Chris, what do you think?
Chris, what do you
Yeah,
what do you
Chris, tell
think?
us what you think.
I remember when I was living in my car with my dog, and there was no floor, and that shit sucked, and I had no money to get gas, but I found Jesus, and that shit helped me. So yes, that's a good point, Chris. You got to have faith. So Tyler, you had faith enough to drive home, which was great. So all right, shout out to Liv. You're back for week 3.
Yep.
You're back. It's really funny. When I saw you today, I go, "Oh, what are you guys up to?" And you're like, "It's Podcast Tuesday." Like,
Yeah,
I'm
Tuesday.
back. So I guess
I skipped dance for this.
you skipped dance.
No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say,
I did skip dance. but
look, see,
it was
people
still
are glad
sick.
you're sticking around. Look, it's great. So you can never say the show doesn't. When's the wedding? You can never say. We still have to get through if this is a situationship. I don't know what they call it now.
Alright.
I don't know what the children do anymore. Are you
Alright.
Snap official? That used to be a thing. Are you Facebook official? When I was when I don't even know about me anymore, but I remember like when I was dating Regina, it was like early on, and people would come up to me and be like, "Are you guys Facebook official?" And I was like, "I don't even. What does that mean?" And they were like, "You announce it on Facebook." I'm like, "I don't know. You've seen her on my fucking Facebook for months." Like you have to change your status, and I go, "Oh, okay." So I guess is there like a thing like that now?
No.
There's no
No.
Facebook
No.
official. No. Oh, okay. Well, I just figured I'd ask. So, all right. And outside that, he doesn't have a mic, but everybody can hear him anyways.
Yeah, Christian.
As always, the man behind the camera, the man behind holding it down, doing all your comments, putting things on the screen is our man, Christian. Christian, I know you could probably talk loud enough to. By the way, fuck you, Amazon, for sending me water pipes today instead of mic cables, so my man don't get a mic. But we will next episode. And what do you call it?
Boo!
You call these what? Gremlins, right? We get gremlins that happen.
Yeah, pretty
So, how was your week? Anything good going on?
good.
Good.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris, anything you'd like to ask Christian? So, Christian, how was your week? How was the movie going? Everything's good?
It's going good.
It's going good. That's great to see you, man. I love you living life, man. Living life. Living life. You know what I mean? One day at a time. One day at a time. That's all you can do. Oh, I love Chris so much. I hope he's watching. Chris, please, if you're out, I know you got to be watching, bro. So, all right. So outside that, let's go ahead and get you two out of the chair. And so you guys cross paths. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. You have to have situationships for life. All right. Yeah, you can come and sit in the chair for now. All right. So as always, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go through in the news. We're going to go through shout outs, and then we're going to get right to the point. We're going to go ahead and introduce our first Advice Unfiltered Ambassador, which is actually a blanket winner, which is kind of cool. She's an OG listener from way back in the day. So before we get to that, a couple of things I want to talk about. Yes, if you've been following the show and you're wondering, I've gotten so many messages now. Yes, he believes in you, Christian. Christian, go up to him.
Thank you.
Christian.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm going to try to be a mom, be like, I believe in you, Chris. Christian, I believe in you. I can't do it. Or I'll do it like this. Ready? Christian, I believe in you. Keep up the good work. No one else believes in you? I got you, bro. So good. So, but no, people have been writing into me like crazy. Of all the things that I'm telling you, I am a giant dog fan. Dogs are the best things ever. I love Parker. Parker is the best, greatest thing ever. Yeah, I need to get a voice changer. I got to be honest with you. It's funny. I would love to do the deep voice, but I can't fake that. That's a purely Chris thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I tell Chris all the time. Yeah, Chris would have dropped a couple fucks by now for sure. Hold on. Wait. Cut to Chris. I could do it right. Know what I mean? Fuck all you scammers out there. All you people with the fake Christopher David accounts. Fuck you. Report them all. Right now, I see you motherfuckers on there. That's not me. I'm here at the show right now. If I wasn't here talking, how the fuck would I know? Fuck you scammers, you cunts. All right, cut back to me. There's your Christopher David scamming moment for this evening. But no, a lot of people have been writing out to you. To next week, we're starting a couple of sponsorships, partnerships, which is great. But we've been talking about this one forever. I got to be honest with you. Oh, was that me? Was that? Oh, somebody's phone. So it's all good. See, you learn these things on a podcast. You can't go live on Instagram and leave your ringer on. You can get it. It's fine. So shout out to Native Cuticles. You know, we talked about them last week. I'm going to continue to talk about them. They have a million products. I totally get it. It's not a thing for me. It is a thing for me in terms of product and things I like. I'm in that space. I'm a huge mushroom fan, but my heart is wrapped around my dog. I fucking love my dog. My dog's the best thing ever. And these little calm canine things are amazing. Now, people have been asking me how to get them. Don't order them yet because we have a code and you'll be able to get them for cheaper. And they're amazing. But I got to be honest, anything that helps my pet stay calm, the anxiety my dog feels. I live near the beach with fireworks. He's my little best friend and he floats around here. And I think all the ambassadors met him with his no teeth and his tongue hanging out the side of his mouth.
He hates me.
Oh yeah, see, somehow he hates Christian. We don't know why. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast because we're live. But I'm just saying, Christian. He hates Christian because Christian's tall. So just dogs are the best sometimes. So for anybody who's been asked about Native Cuticles, I got to be honest. These calm canine things are amazing. This one is gentle relief for aches and anxious moments. So if you have a dog and you care about your dog as much as I do, I'm going to be honest with you. We do not promote anything just because, but these organic pumpkin and peanut butter things are great. And for anyone who doesn't know, my poor dog had periodontal disease and he went to the dentist and the dentist was going to remove 7 teeth. And then the dentist called me and said, we got to remove 24 out of 25 of his teeth. And I go, okay, so what are we going to do with the other one? So they literally were going to leave him with one fucking snaggletooth. And I was like, take all his teeth out. And the lady was like, well, we don't really want to put that kind of work in. That is what they told me at this hospital. And I go, so you're going to take 24 out, but you're not going to take 25? I go, what am I paying the money for? So they call me back. They decided to take the tooth out. Thank God they did. Now his tongue hangs out his mouth because there's no... Yeah, there's a little mascot's floating around here somewhere. His little tongue hangs out the side of his mouth. And, it's just, he looks like a drunk, hungover little old man. But I got to be honest. Is that him?
I think that's him.
Wait a sec. It's so hard to know if it's him. That kid is not him. I know the numbers. That is not Christopher David. That's fucking, look, like there's already, someone text him and be like, yo, are you really... So you won. So already we got
Chris. We got people.
We got Chris. Chris, motherfucking cunts. I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have Telegram. Stop sending people money. It's not me. Peace and love. So, but look, peace and love. It's like a Matthew McConaughey thing. It's like, but anyway, so shout out to them. We love them. They're doing great. Next week, we're going to have some promo codes and some cool things to give out to some of our ambassadors, which is awesome. Second thing in the news, Advice Unfiltered After Dark. That is right, After Dark. So if you want to see Chris with less clothes on and I guess me with less clothes on, we'll figure it out. But if you want to see 2 scantily clad men in smoking jackets taking live questions in a sexily lit backdrop and pay money to do that for an extra episode a week, well, I guess that's Advice Unfiltered After Dark. So we'll be taking live questions, members only. The episodes will not air for anybody else unless you're a member. So you can still get all these episodes for free. Just tune in, like, share, subscribe. All that stuff is great. However, if you think this show is off the rails, I'm gonna be honest with you. You just said you grunted. Fucking our ambassador was like, What wasn't even just so good. Oh, Chris, I love you so much. This may be one of my best, funniest episodes ever. But yes, our ambassador just grunted and groaned. So she's grandfathered and she gets it for free, so it's fine. And then before we bring her on, two things I want to talk about. One, obviously, we talked about native Sugals. I have a special bag, so I just want to show you guys this bag real quick. So every week we've been talking about this sponsor. We are fucking so excited. In this bag is the new sponsor, and I cannot show it to you, but I'm going to do a fun test with it later this episode, and the ambassadors will get a chance to see it, and the ambassadors will get a chance to, I don't want to say test it, but get a little test of what it is. And then next week when we start going live, with the help of Christian, which has been amazing, and his sponsor, we are going to be doing our first campaign commercial series where you're going to get a chance to see me and Chris and to be honest with you, Tyler, Christian, a lot of the people we're friends with are going to be in our commercial, our campaign. So you're going to get to see something. And the only thing I can say about it is it's very dirty. It will ultimately be clean at some point. Tyler, you're in it, bro. I told you. You're going to wear a very long coin purse. And we'll figure out what that means at the time. But today we're gonna have the ambassadors get the chance to see what the new sponsor is going to be. We can't announce it today, but next week it's going to be fucking off the rails. We're so excited. It's really, I'm going to be honest with you. We don't promote anything we don't use. The dog treats, native Suticals is a home run. I know Chris, I love the Hydro Boost. Hydro Boost gum is the best. I get this twitch in my shoulder. I don't fucking get it anymore. So they have the Hydro Boost. They have mushrooms. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Chris, you were fucking dying over there. I'm the worst. If I would have thought of it ahead of time, I totally would have got a voice changer and put it on my voice, but a deeper version. So I don't think that far ahead. But our new sponsor is in this bag. So we are so excited to talk. We can't really talk about them today, but we've been dropping little Marvel teaser hints. And all I will tell you about this is it's very dirty and Chris will have no clothes on. So should be enough to fucking, yes, I probably will. Tony will have no clothes on too, I promise you. So, but Chris will have more no clothes on than me because I'm married. So outside that, this is going to be exciting. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to shift Chris onto my lap and me and Chris are going to sit. I know it sounds crazy, right? Just like when I told everyone, for you guys who don't know, Father's shown a long time, dildo. It's not a dildo. It's not a casting of his penis. It's not yet. I'm still in the talks with him to do it. I think it only makes sense if we cast Chris's dick, but also if it has a little voice chip in it that says, go deeper. It'd be cool Chris catchphrases like, you can't go as deep as my voice. I love it. Oh, it's the best. Oh my God. Oh, Chris, I miss you so much. So, yes, Chris, yes. Yeah, so, did you get a hold of him?
Avery texts me and goes, Dad wants me to ask you to tell him that that's actually him.
That's it? Oh, yeah, Chris, that's what I'm talking about. We don't know. Well, Chris David, me, Christopher David. So really cool way. Well, yeah, it's just so good. Hey, Chris, I'm molesting you. Tony, I really miss you so much, but I really love you at the same time. So I know he has got to be fucking crying. So, but no joke. And Chris just wrote it in there. No joke. It's one of these things where Chris tested it and he fucking called me and he was so excited that he did his own research and own tests. Then Christian, who I forgot we gave him some, Christian comes in the podcast studio. He goes, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I go, yeah. He goes, my mom said my mom don't lie. He's like, my mom said they're the fucking best. And I was like, all right, they're 2 for 2. So the ambassadors will get to try them. I obviously did a little test that nobody knows about right now, but you will by the end of the show, which is great. So, yeah, I am so excited about this. So shout out to John, who owns Native Suticals. Shout out. The Dick Chip needs to say, I love that. Chris, while you're home, could you go ahead and just start sending us voice clips for the show? So, and then also Rick, who can't say what he does, or he's mysterious man who owns the partnership. Home run, like we could not be more excited. It literally, and by the way, next week, and if you have not tuned in the show in a while, we have a fucking home run of a thing for all the community. So if you're a listener and you tune in next week, it's going to be, I would tell you this, you're never going to get to feel closer to Chris. You're never going to feel like you could hug him up. You're never going to feel like you could envelop the smell of this sexy, gray-haired, model-covering, award-winning, best-selling, going to Disney, has 8-pack abs man for $1. $1, you're going to be able to take this home. It's fucking amazing. So shout out to you. That's next week when he comes back. So, Chris, we're excited for you. We're just pimping you out while you're not here. All right. So people are like, fuck, $1? Chris is like, you're selling me so cheap. So with that being said, let's get to the meat of the show. I want to do one shout out really quick, and then we'll get to our Advice Unfiltered Ambassadors. This shout out came in. Really, it's not a shout out. It's something I do want to say. I know we have a lot of fun on the show, and I know the show is really important. But we do like to talk about some serious things sometimes, and somebody wrote in something that asked a favor of me, and I thought it was very important to talk about. So I did not know this, and it was a conversation with a person today. It was really, really amazing to figure this out. I did not know that with as many people that are on the autism spectrum, how many people on that spectrum really choose to and plan to do some self-harm to themselves. And it's very, very sad. Because when you look at that, over 35% of people who suffer from autism actually plan this out. And over 66% of people that suffer from autism actually have thought about this more than once. And we know what I'm talking about. And, just because we're on YouTube, you don't want to say it, but you have thought about finding ways out of this life, essentially. And that's really, really difficult to think about because a lot of people we know and love have autism. The spectrum isn't just linear, which I was talking about with somebody today. It's more of a wheel. A lot of people sit on that spectrum. What's really sad about this is the fact that people live on that spectrum and they think about ending, the what they're going through, primarily because of social bullying and rejection. And I think, when you really think about the fact that somebody wants to think that life isn't worth it because other people put them down, I got to be honest, it's fucking sad. We live in one of the best countries in the world. We live in one of the best places in the world, and we should be more accepting of people, and we should be more accepting of their struggles and who they are, and we're a better country than that. We're just a better world than that. We live in a place where it's exciting. Right down the street from us, we have a cafe that's really staffed by people who are on the autism spectrum and people who suffer from Down syndrome. And you know what? It's fucking amazing that people do that and take the time and spend the money and prove to people that they're worth it, right? And I think when you really look at why people choose to go down this path, when you find out it's because of social rejection or people make fun of them or people don't feel like they fit in, it's fucking bullshit. It's not right. And, so my shout out to today goes to Donna. Donna had a conversation with me about it. She was really passionate about it, and I completely understand why. It's something that we can fix. So all I'd like to say to people is, look, just be kinder. You know what I mean? People are going through struggles. If you think you have problems, I sometimes think about having problems. I know this isn't the right way to think about it. Somebody's got it worse than you. Somebody's got way fucking worse than you, right? And I'm not saying that we should compare problems. The worst day in your life is the worst day in your life. And I can't fix that for you or tell you that it's going to be better or it's worse or better than somebody else's problems. But so many other people are fucking going through way worse shit than you. So let's just be a little kinder. Let's make sure we stand up for the people who can't stand up for themselves. It's really sad when I read something like that. We can just do better. So my shout out of the day goes to Donna. We have a lot of fun on the show, but also at the same time, we just want to make sure we still tell you like it is. And the Advice Unfiltered Truth of the Matter is we need to care more. So, and really what that's a good lead way into is the Advice Unfiltered Ambassador program. When we put this program together, part of it was my struggles with anxiety, my struggles with the holiday, me struggling personally. I know a lot of you who follow us on Instagram and TikTok and social media and all that good stuff. Chris has an amazing story, from where he came from and what he's gone through. And, I love that man. I'm going to be honest with you, he's one of my best friends. To watch him go through what he did and be able to take his life and turn it around and then take his kids to Disney, I don't think people understand like how beautiful that really is. How you had to fight all these fucking battles to get to a point just to spend time with your kids, right? And so I look at like the program itself and how much being alone really affected me, or not having my son around fucked me up. And only thing that really helped was a couple good friends, feeling like I belonged. The gym was a big help for me because it gave me something to do. I learned to cook, which I cooked for the Ambassador crew today. So I cooked them dinner. So if they tell you it was good, I didn't pay them. But I just, those things are things that help me get through a really tough time, and a tough time for a couple of years. And, so me and Chris, as much as fun as we have on this show, a lot of this show is really based on the fact that we're just trying to build a community of people that care about each other and really are going to be there for each other. So I appreciate we laugh. I know we have a great time. I love messing with Chris over here. I love him so much. But the reality of why I love him is because he's a great human being and he's a great person. And I think at the end of the day, this show is about building a community of people that not only can laugh together and cry together, but support each other. And that to me has been the ultimate goal of why we do what we do. We'll be doing this Advice Unfiltered Ambassador program again this year, which is great. But ultimately what we wanted to do is share some of their stories, share what they've gone through and why they joined the program. And also, I think people have a little stigma that they think me and Chris like just work with fitness people, or we're only in this space and we probably are, eating raw London broils and doing 900 sit-ups a day. None of that shit's true. We had wine upstairs. It was fantastic. I put butter on steak because it was fucking great. And there was such a beauty in spending time with people and what that means. Yeah, just like you're like butter and wine, not water and salad. Fuck that. But what this program was to help you people out there that feel like you're fucking lost, to feel like you're alone. And the people that I'm going to introduce you to are, first of all, I have to give them all, I know they're here and it's great. I give them all so much tremendous credit. They're going to come live on a show in front of, I know I'm going to fuck with you guys, 80-something thousand people. 80,000 people. That means 4 of Madison Square Gardens are going to be watching you. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Just 4 Madison Square Gardens are going to be watching you live. More people are going to be watching you live than people watch comedians and rock stars and bands. So, yeah, you know how much I love you, brother. So, and especially because you're here. Get to touch you. So, but seriously, don't be shy. But they're brave, and I just want them to know that from the bottom of my heart. We fuck around all the time, and but the reality of it is they're brave to tell their stories. They're brave to share them with you guys, and hopefully, of anything else you take away from this episode, that it's okay, that you're not any different to anybody else we deal with, help with, and if you're looking for help, and don't do that. Don't worry about it. It's all me, baby. It's all me. You can't be friends with my dad. So, what we want to do first. Our first ambassador, the OG ambassador. Oh, what's up? Oh, we got a message from Chris?
Message from Christopher David.
Oh, Chris sent a text message in. Oh, wait, hold on, wait. I wish we had sound effects so we could do like the... We got a voice message? Oh, we got a voice. Do I play it?
From Avery.
Do I get to play it?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on.
Wait, Chris, what do you have to say?
Crushing it. Fuck those scammer cunts. And those products are amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
See, fuck those scammer cunts. I knew it. But by the way, Chris, this is how much I love you. A message came up, and everyone in the studio goes, "Is that a fucking scammer?" Oh, it's how much we care about you, bro. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is let me go. Hold on. Let me just gently move him over.
Watch the ward.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, wait. You can stay there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look how soft he is underneath. This whole time you guys thought he had abs. Look, he's like a little soft pillow. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
So nice to snuggle.
I'm out. Where's his head? Wait, hold on. I lost his head.
It's in your lap.
His head's in my lap? Don't make people jealous. Don't make people jealous already. Oh,
The other way. No, you're going.
Wait, I'm going towards his crotch. Now people are really jealous. Oh, wait. I don't want help with another man on my lap. It's fine. There we go. All right. I'm comfy now. Let's talk. Come sit down. All right, so welcome to the show. Our first OG ambassador, the original blanket winner. She's been here since episode 1. So, well, really, like 4?
4.
I was going to say. I was going to give you credit
when I
since
got
1.
introduced, by a good friend of yours to
Yeah,
the podcast, Jill.
Jill, is she watching?
I hope so.
Jill, you said you were going to call me and hire me today. What's going on, Jill? You don't even call a friend no more? It's fucked up. You messaged me 5 o'clock in the morning and just ghost me? Even I get ghosted by my own friends. Jill, I'm on the lookout for you, Jill. So, all right. So what we want to do is we wanted to spend a little time, talk about, your story, why you're here, why you joined the program. Obviously, now we know you as a friend, which is so crazy to think that we've known you now for like forever. And by the way, you're like one of the true, by the way, all of you out there, this is like a true OG fan, has been to pickleball tournaments for us, came in the studio, won the blanket. 10 years from now, the trivia question will be, who was the first ever guest on the podcast? Episode, 26?
26.
26. You were the only human being outside Avery and Tyler's ever been in studio with us. My wife hasn't even been in studio with us, and she lives here. So that's how important you are to
And
us.
now I'm back for the second
And
time
now you're back
in the
twice.
new studio.
You're twice as important to me as my wife. Look at that. So, all right. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little about yourself. We'll take it from there. And but ultimately, really important, tell us about why you joined the program. How did you wind up with us?
So my name's Becky. I live in Toms River, New Jersey. And I joined the ambassador program because I've been struggling with my weight for 10 years. I would go to the gym, I'd get success, and then I'd falter. Life would happen. I had a couple illnesses, had to have my gallbladder out, had some iron issues. But then I finally went to the doctor and I started on a GLP-1, but I wasn't really had a lot of education about how the GLP-1s work. And you guys had started announcing about the ambassador program. I'm like, this is it. This is the sign from the universe that I'm going to hopefully get picked and have you guys guide me through my journey being on the GLP-1.
Did you think you were going to get picked?
No,
you were a shoo-in to get picked out.
I really
we love
didn't
you.
think. I know, but I didn't want to think that I was going to be because I was the blanket winner and stuff like that. I knew there was a lot of people out there that wanted to help and stuff like that. So if I was picked, I was thrilled when I got the email and I was like, yes. So I've been with you and Chris and Alexis's guidance. I've been learning that I can lift more weight.
Right. You went to the gym with me.
Yes, I went to the gym with you.
Well, actually, I went to the gym with you, I should say.
And you scolded me.
I did.
Scold me, maybe.
I yelled at you. I was like,
yes.
fucking pick it up. Yeah, Becky, let's go.
I went and picked up the weights. He's like, what do you work with? And I went and picked up 7.5 and 10. And Tony says, you're kidding me, right?
It's the best.
He's
I
like,
go, what are you doing?
no.
Picking up fucking soda cans? Pick up fucking weights, Becky. Let's go.
So we had an amazing workout. And by the end of the workout, I was lifting 25 pounds.
Yes. So first off, I'm going to fix this behind you because Chris knocked this over.
Oh, I see. It's a little crooked day.
There you go. And I'm going to call you out. You have gum?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Uh-uh.
Give it to me. Can't have it. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's how much we're friends. I took her gum right in my hand. That's how much I know her. So, all right. So first off, I want to give you a lot of credit. First off, you truly have been an OG fan, which we appreciate so much. You came to pickleball, which was fucking great. And did you make the cookies? Or your friend made the cookies?
I had cookies made for you guys.
Yeah, and they were great. They had our little logo on it with real fucking... No. Christian, by the way, our other real ambassador,
Kathy.
I don't know if she's on here, Kathy.
Yeah,
she made you those
Kathy
cookies.
made
Those cookies were fantastic, right? By the way, you love how we run an ambassador program as part fitness and everybody's eating fucking cookies. Yeah. But by the way, they were great cookies, right? They were great cookies. But look, in all seriousness, first off, one of the things that was really important to us is the fact that, you were just honest about it. You're like, hey, look, I'm struggling. I'm stuck here. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm stuck. And by the way, one of the things that we really love about you is you actually put the work in. And I think this is a lot of what women go through, my wife included. My wife works out. She goes to the gym. She lifts. She's upstairs. Everyone here knows she's upstairs running right now on the treadmill after work. So she's put it in the work. And there's some things is age and some things is what you're doing. And it's hard when you get stuck, but it's also really hard to ask for help. And we are so proud of you that reached out. When we saw you reach out, I was like, all right, we got an automatic. It's pretty good. But we would never pick somebody just because. But it is true. One of the things that impressed me about you was you were willing to put the work in, because when you go to the gym, and I did look at the weights you were picking up, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You laughed at me.
It was a good laugh.
It was a
wasn't
good
bad.
laugh. And then you unvice unfiltered me
I
during
did.
our workout, which I appreciated because that's what I needed. I needed the kick in the ass.
I like the fact that every time I go to yell at Becky about something. Oh, by the way, I don't yell at anybody, so that's right. But I go. Well, do you want me to give you the Advice Unfiltered answer to your question? And you're like, yeah. I go 7.5 pounds. What the fuck is that? And what I loved about what you did, which was really, first of all, one of many things I love about you, but is the fact that you're stronger than you know.
Hi,
right?
Heather.
Yeah, what's going on, Heather? Heather, you jealous? What's going on, girl? What's going on? So, but what your struggle in what you're dealing with is what a lot of women deal with in the gym. And by the way, a lot of people do. They go in the gym and they're afraid of what they're capable of. And you go in there and you think, let me get the 5s, let me get the 7.5s, right? This is not an exaggeration because this is true.
Yes,
you
true.
picked up 7.5s and I kicked him with my shoe. And then people around us were like, he's mean. And I was like, you don't belong on the show then. And I went over and got you 5. I got you 10s. And I got you 15s.
Yep.
And what did you wind up doing?
25.
For how many?
3 sets of 6,
8, and 10. So technically could have done more. But in a good way, we went through and did what we were supposed to do. And that was push ourselves to lift hard. Not that we didn't do anything crazy, right? No handstands, backflips, no weird exercises.
No.
Right?
And I worked up a sweat.
Oh, we were in there. So all we did was, we worked out hard. All I really did, to be honest with you, we didn't work out any different than she's capable of. We didn't work out any different than she probably does before. What we did is prove to her that she's stronger than she realizes. And I think that's a lot of what people go through. First off in the gym is, and I think, I did say this to you, I think we talked about this, right? Because originally your workout routine was like classes and stuff, right? So like, what were you do? I know you did some weights, but like, what were you doing like workout routine wise prior to like meeting with us?
I was doing classes once a week, and then I was doing a spin class, and then just some free weights and some machines. But like with your program, like I learned like a lot of free weights is better because you can lift heavier and you can get more reps in. So I've kind of gotten away from the classes and done more of machines and free weights.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Classes are great. I think, and we talked about this, right? Classes are fun, but I think the challenge with classes is people think that's how I'm going to lose weight. And when they don't do, and the classes isn't burning the calories, the thought is, let's go do some more classes, right?
Yeah.
I remember when you started the new gym, you were looking at the class schedule. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It didn't work. We're not doing that again. I made you sign for a new gym, which by the way, it was a good move, right?
Yep.
But, so now that you're doing the right things, right? And for a lot of people out there who don't know, myself and Chris talk about this all the time. Protein is the most important thing. Eating enough protein for your body will change your life, and also pushing yourself to a point where you're actually proving to yourself how strong you are. But even protein has been a change for you, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I'm getting in my protein. I'm like finding other ways like cottage cheese and like stuff that I would never have thought to eat.
A lot of people don't like cottage cheese. It's fine.
No. But like
I do. I like it.
I sent you that one recipe for the chicken parm. And
yeah.
So like a lot of like I'm just finding new.
Look at all you
ways
people
of
hating on cottage cheese.
I know. Look at all of them.
None of you people eat cottage. By the way, well, that doesn't help either.
You wouldn't even know if I made it for you.
I wouldn't have no clue.
I'd know.
You would know. I bet. Here's the best part. None of you have even eaten cottage cheese. Oh, have you?
Yeah.
When?
Well, you had it in the house. You love cottage cheese.
I don't love it. I like it.
No,
I love it.
Nate is what we're talking about.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's actually tears of happiness because people are promoting cottage cheese.
Yeah, sure.
That is probably true. She's vomiting success. She's blabby, blabby. So, and the other thing I think it's really important to talk about, which I think unfair, not anymore. I don't know anymore. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I personally think people have a stigmatism for GLP-1s.
Oh no, most definitely.
Now, when you started one, did you tell anybody about it?
No.
Because of like of what? For real?
Because there is the stigma, like, oh, you're just going to use, you're using it as a cheat. You're just trying to lose weight and the fast way and like, the easy way. It's not easy being on a GLP-1 and still trying to lose the weight. You still have to go to the gym. You still have to lift. You still have to make sure you get your protein in, because you don't want to lose the muscle that you're building.
Yeah.
So you want to lose the fat. You don't want to lose the muscle.
You don't want to be a
So-
skinnier version of a skinnier,
Right.
flabbier version of yourself.
Right.
Right?
So it's so important that you do the strength training. You get your walks in, and you get your protein when you're on a GLP-1.
Yeah.
And take supplements. I take some vitamins and collagen and stuff like that too.
And we talked about this. I think it's so important to remember, like, GLP-1s to me are fucking fantastic tools. I'm going to be honest with you. Science is amazing. But I think what people have to remember, like anything else, it's not meant to be abused. It's not meant to go over the top. It's like when people ask me about TRT or hormone replacement therapy, I think it's amazing. But then the other part of that becomes, well, you're not in a gym buying it off the street from a dude who made it in his kitchen, right? And the other point is, and Heather says a great thing about it, what I love about GLP-1s has very little to do with the weight loss. I think what the biggest thing to me, what I want people to understand about GLP, and by the way, I mean this wholeheartedly. I know I'm like when I'm doing one of these like official, you're in a movie, so I'm like, hey, I'm officially going to tell you, I really care about you. Like I put the arm on and get real close. So, but what a GLP-1 is, it's not about the weight. It's about feeling better about yourself and gaining confidence and knowing that you're not stuck somewhere. If there's a tool out there that you can use to jumpstart yourself to feeling better overall mentally, to feeling like, that things are worth it. And by the way, I'm not saying these are all struggles you particularly have, but I just know people who go on them and they want to hide, they don't want to tell anybody. And I'm like, fuck that. There's a tool out there that I work my ass off that I can afford to take because I'm 50 or I'm 40 or I'm stuck or something's going on and I need some help. And the best thing to me that makes the world great is someone says, I need help and I found help. And the best thing that we could do as a community is help a person do that right. And that be able, so you can't just, by the way, you can't just get a GLP-1, take a bunch of shots and think you're going to be fucking skinny. I'll give you the best. Tyler knows this. He was with me for fucking Christmas. My dad's on a GLP-1. My stepmother's on a GLP-1. My stepmother's lost 25 pounds. Shout out to her. It's not about the weight. Also, when I was talking to her, she carries herself with more confidence. She's more excited about her life. She has a good, positive outlook. My dad's like, yeah, I still drink 2 bottles of wine and take shots every night. I kind of gave up on it, but I'm like, why are you still fucking shooting it then? And he's like, well, eventually, it'll be good. But I'm like, the point of it is the fact that you're supposed to, my point of telling you both all about that, my own family, is one of them's going to succeed and one of them's not. And the reality of it is the one that's going to succeed, her whole life is going to change. Not just because of the weight, but just because of getting up and feeling good about life, fitting in those clothes again, feeling confident when you go out. So to me, I'm so proud of you for being able to talk about it because I know a lot of you out there really are thinking about it or you're on it and you don't want to tell anybody. I'm going to be honest with you. Fuck them. Like you need to know that you have to lift weights. You need to know that your protein's got to be high. You need to get the education around a GLP-1. So if you use it, there's Mounjaro, Ozempic. I know the new ones, retatrutide, I think, which is 3 pathways. Look, Becky said it best. There's no easy fix. Nope. There's no fucking way that you cannot work and do it. And by the way, shooting yourself with a fucking, even though the little things are easier now, still got to shout a needle in yourself. Yeah. It's not like you're just not like someone's giving you a piece of gum.
Every Tuesday morning.
every Tuesday, a little shot in the thing. But outside that, is there anything that you would tell anyone about like the program, what it's been like for you? Like what would, if anyone asked you like, hey, what is it actually like to work with those 2 lunatics? Hold on. What would it be like? So, Becky.
You gotta.
Oh, where's he? Because I'm doing things. Becky.
There you go.
Becky, tell everybody what it's like to work with me. What is it like to work with Christopher David and Tony's occasionally?
No, it is amazing. The community of the ambassadors that are in our group, our first group, it's just amazing. We all lift each other up. We connect with each other. If somebody's down and having a bad day, we like rally around that person. It has just been, I have a great group of new ladies that are my friends, that I can rely on and reach out to when I need to. And you, Chris and Alexis, have been amazing. You guys we send you text messages, emails, and you respond right away. You give us advice. You give us pointers. You give us, some hard truths sometimes, which is what we need. And that's what we asked for when we signed up. We asked for that. We wanted the Advice Unfiltered kick in the ass to get us motivated. So I'm really, really just honored and blessed to have you guys all in my life.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shout out for Becky. And now, like a Jimmy Fallon will be like, you can move to the other couch now. You can move to the casting couch or the Advice Unfiltered. I don't want to call it that because that's kind of weird. You move to the casting couch. That's so awful. All right. So our next ambassador was really funny how she found us because it became about an advertising thing. And then magically she reached out to us like so separate of this about, doing something for her farm. And then somehow that turned into working with us. So, but I'll let her tell the story. So the next person who's going to join us, she's doing a fantastic job. Welcome to the show, Rita. What's going on? Yay! What's going on? Hello. Hi, everybody.
Thank you for
Don't worry, there's 4 MSGs worth of people just watching you right now. If you live in Jersey and you know where her farm is, go ahead and feel free to frequent and buy some shit. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. So you were you have one of the best. I always ask everyone how you found us.
Yes.
And there's a good mix of people that have like, hey, I woke up one day and I saw this guy say good morning. And then I just fell in love and followed him and they follow the podcast, which is great. So a lot of people will find Chris and his morning motivational messages are fantastic. He's always on the ball about this stuff. And it's an easy segue into finding the show. And then some of us found the clips of the show, but you are the only person that's found us in such a unique way. It's really kind of funny. So, all right. So tell us, how the fuck did you find the show? How'd you find us?
Oh boy, because Rhea doesn't know how to use the internet properly.
That's okay. It's fine.
So I Googled something like New Jersey advertising, and you guys came
We came up.
and I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out. And what did I do? I think I sent you guys messages or something.
Yeah, you messaged us about, I think you guys were doing like something for the, for the farm?
It was our first farm event. Yeah, it was our very first farm event, and I didn't know what I was doing. And so that's how I found you guys. And you were both kind enough to promote the farm and let people know that we were having the event, which was awesome.
Well, you're a local Jersey person.
Yeah,
and
sure.
We then by the way, top advertiser, just so you know, we didn't even, but here's the funny thing, we had no idea. We've never advertised anything at this point, and all we were doing was like friends of us would reach out for just have good businesses.
Yeah.
So like Kevin had pickles.
Yeah.
So like one of our first, by the way, we talked about Kevin's pickles for 12 weeks before we actually had a jar of pickles to show people. So we'd be like, Chris would come in every show and be like, so I forgot the pickles again. And we would laugh. We're like, what kind of show are we going to have? And so you messaged, I think you DM'd us or messaged us, and you sent us the flyer.
Yes.
And all you did, I think what was really simple was like, hey, like if we found your guys' show, do you think you could just bring it up on the podcast?
Yeah.
And I think we did, right? We promoted it for you. Yeah.
You guys were awesome.
Yeah.
And then that's how I found the podcast, and I've been listening to you guys ever since. And then one day,
like, how did the whole how did you go from all right advertising to show to like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to these guys?
So I watch your podcast, and I happened to be, it was like one of the worst days of my life, and I'm heading to New York to visit my family, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to listen to a podcast on the way, especially because I'm sitting in like 7 hours worth of traffic, it feels like. So I get on I'm listening to, and it happens to be the podcast where you're talking about the ambassador program. So I decided, you know what, I am going to reach out. I decided, you know what, it's time for me to start taking care of myself again.
Yeah.
Going back to what was important for me, feeling good, some things that have kind of been lacking this past year. And I don't think that my story is unique in any way. I think there's a lot of people, men and women that, people that are having babies or recently getting married or a new career where all of a sudden you're taking your person is taking a backseat to all that. And that's what happened to me. I needed to take some time again to find Rhea again and what Rhea wanted to do and feel better and go to the gym and you don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And here I am, in my car, sad day. And here comes your podcast. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out. And I did. And actually, the funny thing is, I heard it on a Friday, and you were like, "You
Oh,
only have till Saturday."
it
it
was
was like
the
the
last day.
last day. I was
It was
like,
the
"They're
last
not going
day.
to call me. Why would they? Why would they even want to interview me?" And there, the very next day.
Well, I mean, I can
Yeah.
tell everybody we read every email. We really do, which takes me forever, but it's part of like what I want to be able to give you guys the best show possible. And then, but I also was like, I will interview every single person that requests it, because if you, especially like anyone, like you were just saying, is anyone who reaches out to the show and felt some sort of way about being lost or not, I was like, I just couldn't not interview everybody. But yes, I remember being like, the cutoff
Yeah.
is this day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay. When you're like, I'm like, are you available like later? I was
Yeah,
like, we could do
That's
it
exactly
now.
what happened.
Yeah. So now, all right. So outside the farm, which is it doing well? Is the farm doing good?
Yes, the farm is doing very well. That's basically my entire life. That's what we do. We just are on the farm. Actually, now in the wintertime, it's slow. This is why this was such a great project for me, because I was like, I've got the time. This is what I want to do. I want to learn the proper way to take care of myself. And you guys, you went above and beyond, man. I got to say, everybody, you, Alexis, Chris, we were able to reach out whenever we wanted. We had all of the girls at the ambassador team that were, always at our exposure, which is wonderful. So it's been more than I expected, I should say. It was really, really a great experience.
One of the best things about you ever was I was talking to you, and I said it to you earlier tonight, and all you said to me was, I don't want to go to the gym. I refuse to go to the gym because I don't want to be a meme. And you just could not. I don't know what movie you must have watched or like what show, but you were so obsessed with that someone was going to record you, cut you into a meme, and then put you out into the universe.
I'm telling you, I was that person, and I'm sure there's people out there that could relate. I was never a gym person. I was a yogi. I went to yoga classes. This is what I knew. So I was petrified. Every time I'd go to the gym, everything looked like a torture device to me. I was like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be backwards, hanging upside down from something. And it's not the way to use it. And I'm going to end up on, whatever, Instagram or Facebook, and that's how people are going to find me.
You're going to wind up on Advice Unfiltered.
Yes, exactly.
And even worse, now you're on Advice Unfiltered.
Yes, but at least I know what I'm doing now because of you and Chris and Alexis. So yeah, this is a good thing. This is not, Rhea hiding in a corner somewhere crying because I didn't do it right.
So you guys don't know. So she is afraid to go to the gym, which, by the way, the program's not about going to the gym. It was like we gave you home workouts, and you came out and worked out. I worked out with you. You came to the gym with me. So kudos to you. You showed me you could do 100 sit-ups, and then I put a 5-pound weight between your legs, and I thought you were going to cry.
Oh my God, you crushed my soul. I was like, my core is strong. I got this. I could do this, no problem. And then he put a 5-pound weight, and I couldn't even get it like a quarter of an inch off the ground. Yeah, it was horrible.
Now you're out there kung fuing people, which is great. Don't worry about it. Now you're just kicking 5 pounds all over the place. But the best part of it is, and this is what I love about the program, it's not about the weights or the gym. It's about the confidence. So you called me, and I had no idea you were like, hey, so I was working out, and this woman came up to me, and as you're running this story by me, I'm like, where the fuck were you? You're like, this woman came up, and then she's asked me what I'm doing, and I'm like, okay. And you're going, then I go, did you go to the gym? And you're like, yeah, I'm going 6 days a week now. And I was like, wait a sec, wait. I was like, you go from, I don't want to be a meme. I'm not going in there. I'm working out at home. We took you to a gym, and then you're like, yeah, I'm going 6 days a week. It's no big deal. I just need to know how to do all this stuff. So,
it's true. You gave me that kind of confidence. And honestly, you were with me for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, we worked out. It was all good.
It's like I said, above and beyond. And it's why I have the confidence now, because I would have never done that on my own.
Well, it's the same thing I said to Becky. It's not, it's part confidence, but it's also well, first of all, it's part of the fact of the courage of, it's so funny because you have this is what I was going to say originally. You have a story that I think almost every single person on the show resonates with, because I get a lot of these emails,
for sure.
And it's that, and I know Judy was watching. So I know Judy, by the way, I promised Judy, shout out Judy. She, on our one-on-one today, she cooked with me for an hour while everybody was here. So she got me on FaceTime, just up and down the kitchen, the stairs, like all over the place. So shout out Judy. But, Judy was one, a couple other people where it's like you become a giver, like you're giving to your relationships and your kids and your life and your job, and you give and you give and you give and you give and you give. And Kathy's another one that we talked about with this. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, what about me? Like, what about me? And a lot of things, what I tell people is you can't be a giver anymore in life if there's not any of you to give.
Right, for
And
sure.
that's when you have to take care of yourself. So you had enough courage to fight the tears were really from traffic. Nobody told you. The commute made you cry.
God,
I've
it's
cried on a
horrible.
commute, so I know. So you were probably more like, the traffic sucks.
It was horrible.
But you had the courage to call. And I say this to all of you. It's what I would tell anyone out there. It's got to be hard to live that life. But then to email a show with complete strangers on someone you're listening to in the car and be like, hey, here's my problem. Can you help? And then what you guys might not know is we interview everybody one-on-one. So it wasn't like she wrote in, I read the story. I was like, sure, like you not only do you got to write into the show, but then we have to interview you because the reality of it is we want to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons. You're really struggling with something we can help you with. We're not here to be therapists. We're not here to be anything like too over the top. If you're really struggling with stuff, which one? You can tell me.
Oh, no, something else. We're good.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can just
That's
tell me.
all.
This show works easy. You could just tell me what it is.
No, I
So,
know.
but you wrote in, and that takes courage. And all those little steps that you did are really why you have the confidence. Going into the gym, I give you credit for meeting me there, which is great because you had to drive and come there. And I'm sure on the way down, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And you get there and we worked out. So I thought about that. So all that stuff works, but it only builds you confidence because you were able to go in and then you prove to yourself that it's not a big deal.
Well, you were kind enough to go meet me there.
Well,
So I
it's
was like, you
fine.
know what?
It's-
I'm going to do this. And this is what I mean. This is what this program does. It kicks your ass. You say, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have you be like, you're going to meet me. You're going to be there at 4:00 and we're going to do this together. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this.
Stop talking bad about, hold on. Stop, Chris. They're watching. Stop talking
Chris,
bad.
you call Chris's face is on your crotch. They're saying.
I know you guys are jealous. Be like, but Chris, I can't stop. I know Chris is like, stop. I'm like, no, it's this. We're close friends. Look, we're close. So, by the way, Chris, you smell.
It smells really good over here.
Well, that's because, smell. It's Chris.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a surprise I have for you guys. You don't know yet. I can't tell you what I did to Chris.
Boy,
Chris smells
do we
good,
wanna
doesn't
know
he?
what he did to Chris?
I can't tell you what Chris, you know what I did to you, Chris. So for you who are watching at the end, there is something I did to Chris. I can't say anything yet, but he does smell good
It
though,
smells
right?
really good. Yeah.
Thank you. I would tell you it's me, but unfortunately it's not. So, but no, look, you had to have the confidence to call. You have to have the confidence to write in. You have to have the confidence to interview. And what I would tell anyone out there is, it's a really interesting question. Was there a little, and I don't know if there was or wasn't, so I'm not like setting you up for anything, but what was it like to like actually email in to people you don't know? Like, I always think about that. Like, you're emailing and no, we have a program. In your head, when you sent the email, you're like, what, why am I doing it? Or you're like, fuck it, like, let's do it.
Yeah, it was the second thing. It was
Just
more
fuck
like
it?
balls to the wall. We're going to do this. And you know what? I've tried doing it other ways, like asking friends, asking family, asking my daughter, take a minute, show me what I need to do. And when you guys talked about the program, it kind of was like this umbrella where it was like everything I wanted to know is what you were talking about. It
Yeah.
wasn't just the working out. It was, how to eat. More people involved. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it.
Yeah.
There was nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And
That's
for everybody out there, that's exactly how it works. You have a conversation. Start there.
There's
right?
nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
That's a home run of a line. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect segue. Thank you, by the way, for telling Chrissy smells good.
That's
So
really good.
big shout out to Rhea for coming on. By the way, you can join Rebecca on the casting
I know,
couch.
thank
It's
you.
it's fine. So
Can we snuggle with Chris now?
do you want to snuggle with Chris? Okay, hold on. Yeah, because we got the
Because
other
he
camera.
smells really good, so I want to snuggle with him now.
Hold on.
And plus, it's my blanket.
Becky's like, give it back to me.
Hold on. Here we go. Let me see.
She's getting worse and
Go
worse.
ahead. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
so
you.
Our next,
share.
our last ambassador of the evening, and then what we'll do is after we go through her story, I'll give them a rapid fire of some Advice Unfiltered questions. So you ladies who are watching the show can see what the female perspective is on some of this crazy questions this evening, which is always fun. But this next person flew in to be on the fucking show. And by the way, was the very first person. I think you were one or two. There's two of you. You and Nancy was the first two emails I got, which to me was like, oh, dedication is fucking great. And but your story resonated with me and Chris. I know we talked about it, but the nice part about it was, not only were you looking for some help and looking for some guidance, also was great, but you also came in with goals. You were one of those people that came in and said, I have goals. I have things I want to accomplish. I have real things that I'm working hard at. And I don't mean just like in fitness. I mean, like, had real thought out things, business related, things you wanted to get into. And we're trying to figure out how to navigate all that stuff. Also, while going through some really tough times, which is definitely something I think a lot of you can resonate with. And also, I think is a big talking point for why we wanted to start the program, because during the holiday season, it gets really difficult, especially if you're going through the loss of someone, you're grieving through things, you're trying to figure out what holiday this is and what you're going to do, and trying to fill that gap. Or I don't want to say like a void, because that's not the right way to say it, but you're missing something, and that's going on, and you're trying to still be the best version of yourself. And sometimes that shit is just fucking overwhelming. But also, she's a badass bitch. I mean, because I interviewed her and she's like, I want to start a podcast called the Badass Bitches Podcast. And I was like, okay, well, fuck, I'll be the first non-badass bitch to join the club. So it works. I'll be like, I'll be the first dude to sign up. So shout out the next person that comes in, and our last ambassador of the evening is going to be joining the show. Like a big hand to Lisa. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get these. Those tissues out. Are you going to need those?
I'm gonna need them.
Oh, they're yours?
Yeah.
Look at you pre-leaving tissues.
Yeah.
You're like,
I notice like sometimes when things get a little emotionally sensitive.
that's what we have Chris for. You could just wipe yourself on Chris.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Just like, you fuckers.
I feel like maybe you need a box.
A
just
box?
For the,
well, you
for
got
the
it.
set.
You got 74 in there. Hopefully,
right.
we can get through it. So, all right. So I think, we, in a really good way, you have a story that, I think a lot of people can resonate with. I think a lot of people go through this during the holiday season. So I think this is a really important, story to talk about. So without me over talking it, why don't you tell us yourself, where you're from, and maybe you want to start to give a little background about how you found the show and all good stuff.
So,
by the way, isn't this interesting to look at yourself and be like, this could be you on your own podcast soon? Are you getting that vibe right there because you're seeing yourself?
Totally. I love it. I am so psyched, actually. Yeah.
I mean, your logo, you can't steal our logo, so you have to have a little different.
I got my own.
You got your own?
I still didn't send it to you.
No, I haven't seen it.
I got to send it to you.
All right, so
it's
go ahead.
Badass.
I'm sure. I hope so. I know the Badass Bitches Podcast. Big, what's your logo?
Yes.
It's this wimpy thing behind me.
No, and actually, by the way, you're the first person to announce that, and I feel so honored. Of
course.
And blessed that you actually said, I know.
Yeah, fuck that.
I knew
Badass
you knew
Bitches Podcast is coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hosted by Lisa.
Hi.
First fan, Tony.
Hi, guys.
All right.
Hi. So anyway, I'm Lisa Hearns, and I am so happy to be here, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to Chris and Tony and to my fellow ambassadors. They're fucking amazing. I just have to say. And so I will tell you that my fitness journey really started in 2023 when I decided that I could not take another day of not being happy with myself, not feeling comfortable in my own skin. And I had enough, and I started, just making that goal, setting a goal to be the best version of myself. And I went to a trainer. I joined a gym. I went to a trainer, and he helped me. And I actually heard about this thing called 75 Hard, which was it's a mental toughness challenge, but it involves physical fitness. Thank you, Bobby. So yeah, I just said, it's a hard challenge, and I was like, I don't know if I could do it. I really didn't think I could, and I really kept saying, I don't even know if I have any discipline at all. And so I decided to try the 75 hard challenge. My trainer was really 100% behind me. And my husband, Kelly, was totally behind me. We had met like performing jazz, and he ended up becoming a pilot. He transitioned to become a commercial pilot. We moved from New York and New Jersey into like the Dallas area, started going to the gym and working out and training. And it was hard because I had spent a lot of years carrying a lot of extra weight, being overweight, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like myself. I was confident like singing because I was a jazz singer, but I was not confident behind the camera, and it affected me a lot. It was so hard. And so I just decided to go for it, and I actually finally accomplished that goal of finishing 75 hard in May. And Kelly was so proud of me. He actually bought me a car, which was amazing. It was like the biggest gift that I've ever had in my life. And after I finished, we were just celebrating, and it was great. And it was almost like a celebration every day when he came home from his trips. Like being a pilot, he would go on like 4 and 5 day trips. And so my discipline kind of fell away, and I slid again. I still worked out, but the water, drinking a gallon of water and stuff kind of fell away, and things like that. And then in November 2024, unexpectedly, my husband passed away. And it was one of the hardest things, one of the most devastating things I've had to deal with. And I was going down a really dark road. I'm sorry, I'm like so emotional, and it's hard to like get the words out, but I'm going to pull it together. It was really, really hard to, keep going. I was drinking every day, eating whatever the hell I wanted. I didn't care. I really didn't care. And I was like, I have to get it together, because like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do if I don't, And so by January, I was still drinking and eating whatever I wanted. And I said, I have to start going to the gym. I have to start getting my life together and doing the, figuring out a diet and a fitness plan. And so I decided to do 75 hard again for the second time. February 1st, I started the challenge again, and I finished it in April. I took 2 days off, started it again, and finished it for the third time in July. And from February to now, I've lost about 50 pounds. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate it. So I've lost 50 pounds. I have between like 10 to 12 pounds to go. What I decided when I heard the announcement about the AUF program, I was like, I had, Kelly's birthday, the 58th birthday was coming up. I lost him November 20th. He would have been 58 in October. And then the anniversary of his death. And I said, this is going to be so hard to keep going. And also, I just want to be in the best shape of my life. I had this situation where I just wasn't really sure what was going to happen with the anniversary of his death and everything. And I was just like, I just needed support, through the holidays and everything. And people were starting to comment about how strong I was. They were seeing, the weight that I was losing. They were seeing just the fact that I was just getting up and keeping moving forward. And so I felt like, I really wanted to try to help inspire people to keep going and keep moving forward. And the idea for the podcast really kind of came about because I got hit in the head at a conference, and it was in the middle of doing 75 Hard. I was just at like a social event. It was like a karaoke event. I wanted to just sing a couple songs. I got hit in the head at this conference, and I had to go to the ER, the emergency room or whatever, urgent care. And I realized that I was so much stronger than I had thought. I was like, I actually was in the middle of 75 Hard, like day 53. I'm at an urgent care. I had gotten hit in the head with a stage light, huge, like golf ball size welt coming up like right above my temple. And, I had like a CT scan. I had, the doctor checked me out. They said that I was fine. And I was like, I have to keep going. It was one of the most important times for me to keep going and just prove to myself that I had the discipline, that I could keep going and keep doing what I set out to do. And I had been looking for direction. I was pouring into myself and just trying to make myself better a little bit every day, just trying to just improve, and just keep moving forward. That's like the main thing. Because if you stop, if you get stagnant, it's like that thing that Chris always says, like stagnant water, things die, So I was at this marketing conference, and I got hit in the head, and I was like, I have to just keep going. And I was able to do that. And I realized I had been through so many hurdles, and I was stronger than I realized. And I just said, I really want to inspire people and help people keep moving forward. And my goal in starting to do that 75 Hard thing was, I just want to be a badass bitch. I want to make myself tough and just prove to myself, because I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it before, because when you fail, when you try to lose weight and you fail so many times, it really takes a toll on you. And I just want people to know, don't believe that voice. You need to just keep getting up, keep trying, and do your best for you. And just look at yourself every day in the mirror and just tell yourself that you love you and that you can do it, because you can. You're so much stronger than you know.
Yeah. It's the theme of what runs through all of you. I mean, you've all gone through different things, and I know it's such an interesting thing, but it starts with somebody like Becky, who goes and tries to pick up a fucking 7-pound weight, and I want to fucking kick it over. And I'm like, you're stronger than you fucking think you are. And then you have Rhea, who comes in, and it's like worried about what people think and giving all yourself. And you realize, what am I doing? Draining myself, doing all these things. And then you don't realize, like, you're a fucking farming badass fucking bitch who can do a lot of fucking shit. Yes. She had some guy tell her she'd have a dick the other day. She's like, fuck you. I can drive a fucking tractor. And then you come to you, and what your story resonates with so many people is the idea of loss during the holidays. It's not just about the weight loss. It's not about hitting certain goals. It's the consistency of getting back up and
Yes.
continuing to do it. Because look, we all know this on the show, and we all know this in general. Weight's going to come and go. Good times and bad times are going to come and go. But what doesn't have to come and go is you getting up and showing up every day. And if they talk about that with going to the gym or going to work or going to life, 99% of the fucking battle is just showing up.
Yeah.
Right. And for you, really, when you're looking at, doing programs and starting a podcast, which is going to be awesome, and sharing your story, what it really shows people is, especially during the holidays when you lost somebody, because that's tough, because now that weighs on you and that could be a thing. And what's really important for people to resonate with your story, even outside of the weight loss part, is just the honesty of being like, look, you started going down a path. You're drinking, your eating gets out of control. And that happens because when we're going through grief and we're going through these experiences, there is a part of us sometimes that gives up. But the part of you that resonates with people out there is there was a switch in you and you were like, fuck that. And there's a switch in Rhea that was in the car and said, fuck that. And there's a switch in Becky that says, fuck that. And then when you hear that voice in your head finally say, you need to do something, it's not even, the voice is there for a lot of people, which is great, but it's the action of doing it. And that's why I give all of you a lot of credit, because it's hard enough to go through what you went through. It's hard enough to go through all you go through. I say it to everybody, your worst day is your worst day.
Yeah.
And that's true for everybody, but it doesn't have to be the worst day ever. You can bounce back from that. You can make a change. They say nothing changes if nothing changes, right? It's a line I steal from everybody. But the other one that I really love, and we talked about last week on the podcast, and I've talked about on some of the shows before, is you can't pick up something without putting something down.
Yeah.
And all of you have done that. All of you looked at your lives and said, why am I holding on to this? Why am I holding on to this voice inside my head? Why am I letting life beat me down when I don't have to? That doesn't have to be the case, right? And for people who don't know, as much as Lisa goes through, 75 Hard and all these programs, which is great, the real difficulty is, to me, was going through this holiday, trying to sort all that shit out, trying to do a music career, getting on ahead. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you were probably at a rave just going crazy. You just knew you're not telling nobody. You were probably like just stave diving. And that's part of the real story we'll learn one day on the Badass Bitches podcast. She'll be like, well, really, I was at the conference swinging from each thing, but it's fine. We don't have to talk about that. But, for everyone out there, I think what's really impressive about these three women is just three totally different stories. Obviously dealing with some of the stigma, the difficulty of losing weight, going on a GLP-1, not feeling comfortable sharing that with people, and then not know when you're not comfortable sharing something with people, well, where the fuck do you turn to for advice? Right. And that becomes difficult. And then you have a person who's giving everything they have to people around them, and then it drains on you and drains on you and drains on you. And then one day you're in the car, and it's true, it happens to all of us. You're in the car, and and I know, because I've really, I've had crippling anxiety in the past. There's just something that triggers you, and the waterworks start, and the emotion starts, and the feelings of just shittiness start. And for you, obviously, the loss is just like another thing that happens.
Yeah.
And it takes courage to be able to take those things and say, I'm okay in this space, but I'm only okay if I keep getting up and moving.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the thing about you that's been so impressive, is you're very honest in being like, hey, I had these problems. Hey, I'm going through this. Hey, this fucking sucks. But I'm getting up every day and I'm showing up and I'm going. And it's a lesson for all of you out there that it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what your story is. The one part I love about all of you and the community out there, everyone else who's watching, who's an ambassador, you've made a choice to stop fucking really just feeling this way. And you reached out, and I say it all the time to all of you, you reached out to a fucking stranger on a show. I still blows me away. I still laugh. You were in a car with me and you're like, I can't believe I'm in the car with you. And I was like, why? I was like,
I had a moment today.
We had a moment today.
I was like,
we went
I'm
to
in
the gym
the car
today.
with Tony.
Whatever. We went to the gym today. It was
What?
I've been to the gym with you twice. So it's like,
What is my life?
but for those out there, one of the things that we talk about in the Advice Unfiltered Ambassador program is if you have something you're promoting, obviously her podcast is going to be a success, because the honesty she's talking about now is what you're going to get out there. And there's other people that are doing the same thing. I know we have people who are deans of colleges, professors, educators. Madonna is another one who's a great ambassador, who's actually a real licensed therapist and wants to start her own practice. And
Wow.
she's using us as coaches for her to coach and go through things, which is fucking great. But I want to give all of you a lot of credit for, first of all, coming to the house. By the way, was the food good?
Oh
Dinner
God,
was
he
delicious.
made
You don't have
the
to lie. You don't have to
best.
lie.
No, dinner was delicious.
So
He
good.
made the
And by the way,
best.
But
It smells really good.
it
over
does
there.
smell
Yes.
good over there, right?
It smells so good.
Okay, so real quick, before we get into the fact that I'm going to ask you all some Advice Unfiltered questions
I can't
for
wait.
the first time so I can get a female's perspective on these. So I don't want to hear anything about this is a guy's show and all that stuff. We're going to hear what the ladies say. But,
Mhm.
all right, so Chris, the reason why it smells good, right?
It smells delicious.
Okay,
Yeah.
it smells delicious. Rick, I'm going to cut that for you. Just so you know, Rick, I'm going to be like, this is such the greatest thing ever.
He's right
So-
over your boob, Becky.
Look, look, she's so good. Where's Chris's hand? We can't tell.
Oh.
Chris is on Becky's lap and his hand is on Rhea's thigh. It's a great show.
Oh.
So, okay. So what I did is I took Chris and then I showered Chris in whatever's in this bag. Now I haven't told no one has seen this but me, Christian, and Chris. And Rick, shout out to you because what I did today, nobody knew this, but I took Chris and Chris spent some time with what's in this bag. So you have to give an advice unfiltered opinion.
Yes.
No bullshit.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I gotta be careful because I
We're
can't.
passing it around.
Yeah, I'll pass it around. Just
Oh.
don't show anybody.
Don't
Okay.
worry, if anything happens, I can just boop.
We're live.
Uh-oh.
Don't
Oh,
you?
look at that.
Rick's like, Rick would be so happy.
Disappeared just like that.
We interrupt his message because we've been cut off from YouTube.
They said, what now?
All right. Okay. So I have it here in my hand. So I'm gonna do. I have it here in my hand. Can't show anybody what it is. Okay. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
All I want you to do is smell it,
Okay.
and then you have to give an honest opinion in the mic, though. Okay. Don't show.
Smell it.
Don't just show.
It's off camera.
No, you can go on camera. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can put her on camera to see. Because I want to see him. Okay. What do you think? Be honest.
Mm.
It's fucking dope, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Can't for you guys? You'll see next week what it is. All right. This is what I took your man and laddered him in today. What do you think?
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that's what we've been smelling.
That's it, right?
Yes.
That's
It
it.
smells really good.
It smells fucking amazing.
I like.
It smells amazing.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna come get it.
Okay. Uh-oh.
So
Secret.
I'm gonna put it away. So no, it's not flavored condoms. So, just so not scented rubbers. But shout out to Rick. Rick, you hit a home run. Next week, the reveal, which would be really
reveal.
exciting.
Tune
So and by the way, I actually have some of these for you guys.
Oh, I can't
So-
wait.
So
Samples.
all right. To end the show, as we're
Oh,
getting
no.
to the end,
Yes.
I saved
It's gonna do some questions.
some Advice Unfiltered questions for
You
you.
promise a juicy one for me, please.
Well, I have them all for you. So, just for you guys who don't know, there were a lot of people were wondering like how people found the show. So, can you do me a favor, Christian? What is the camera? So you got what's this one? What this camera angle for the
This
wise,
one.
and then what's that one on them?
On just them?
Just them. What's that one?
3.
Okay, so go to 3 for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So for a lot of you who don't know on the show, Becky originally found the show by writing in about vagina gummies. So
No way.
I'm just starting. This is Advice Unfiltered. So Becky went online and she decided to try vagina gummies,
All right.
and then afterwards write the show and ask us if we thought that they would work. Did you
Okay.
purchase the vagina gummies, Becky?
I may have.
Did
Okay.
And they don't work.
And they don't work.
Okay.
All
I don't
right.
even know.
So
What do they do? What
Tell
are they
us what
supposed
they
to do?
do.
They're supposed to, like they were pineapple flavored. So if you know,
Oh,
history
shit,
to give
Becky!
it nice-
Oh!
a nice,
if you know the history behind eating pineapples,
I do.
Oh, shit.
I've heard that.
but they don't work. The gummies
Becky
do
is
not
a
work.
little.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So no to vagina gummies. And last week we said no to vagina stickers. So
Yes.
there was
Yeah.
no two big no's that went out into the universe. So okay. I had people actually write in questions for you guys. And so I saved a couple for it. So a couple were, just a little bit not raunchy, but we'll finish the show with some top 10 ones. I think we should finish them out. How do you think?
Yeah.
Should we go?
Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, if we started with vagina gummies.
Vagina gummies.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right down.
Okay, Rhea, let's go. Rhea, you can see this angle. It's fine.
Okay.
Rhea, what are your feelings on midget porn?
Oh my
No, it's like,
God.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just-
Jesus Christ. Start right there. Why not? Jesus
Rhea,
Christ.
What?
Chris writes, Christopher David writes in, Rhea.
No, Chris, you did not do that to me.
No, I'm only kidding. Oh my God. Oh, so, okay.
I mean, too.
I thought
my
it was real,
freaking
too.
heart is in my throat.
Oh, you're like,
my
wow.
God.
This
Wait
is
a
what I
minute. I
signed.
thought this was gonna be like,
Isn't it funny that
did you see me? I know. That was petrifying.
oh my God. I'm so sorry. Okay. That's really funny. Okay. All right. So here's an easy one to start for all three of you. Very easy one to start. All right. So this is Lauren from Wellington, New Zealand. Not a crazy one. It's a very basic, straight to the point one. All right. Went into New Year's Eve fully convinced she was going to do sober January, which for a lot of you know, sober January is a thing.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, alcohol has been showing up a little too consistently in my social life. The problem is I actually like drinking socially. And by the first weekend of January, I already started negotiating with myself about one glass of wine. That turned into several. I drank 2 bottles. I woke up with my pants around my ankle in the toilet bowl, and I've probably been sleeping there for a few hours. Is it unrealistic for someone who generally enjoys social drinking to commit to sober January in the first place? And because sober January ends, and knowing she's not going to give up alcohol forever, what's the point of doing sober January? Now, I know you're not a big drinker,
No,
right?
I don't drink. No.
You don't really drink,
Not
right?
really,
And
no.
I drink occasionally. Chris doesn't. I know you drink and you have a drink occasionally, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't drink. So let's just start. So just ever like just stopped?
You know what? I just think for anybody that does anything in
Excess?
excess like that, especially something like alcohol, I think a break is always good from anything that you're doing that is not exactly healthy for you, right? Even like for me, it's sweets.
Okay. So you're a
Sugar.
sweet fan? Sugar?
Yeah, you have no idea. I have a bad sweet tooth, so I do stuff like that where I'm like, you know what? For like a month, I'm not having anything.
What's your sweet of choice?
Everything. It doesn't matter.
So instead of giving you a glass of wine upstairs, if I just put chocolate
yeah,
in
you have
the
no
thing, it would have been a home run.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, that would have been it for me.
All right. So between the two of you, have either of you given up alcohol for a month? Have you done like a sober?
Well,
You did 75 hard.
75 hard.
Was no alcohol, right?
I did no alcohol.
Did you do it successfully for 75 days?
75 days, 3 times.
Yes.
And even beyond that, because after I finished it for the 3rd time, I was still not drinking, and I enjoy alcohol. I was glad that I proved to myself that I could do it, and I feel like if you are feeling like it's showing up for yourself a little too often, I really recommend trying to go without it for a month, even longer. Challenge yourself and see how long you can go without it. I mean, I enjoy drinking, and I feel like it's good for me to take that kind of break and to just put those limits on myself. And yeah.
Okay. And have you ever taken a break?
Yeah, I have taken a break.
Not
I mean,
for more, not
wine is
like not like a weekend. I mean like a break. No, I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
I know.
that's good.
No, I mean, my drink of choice now is wine. I used to be a big vodka drinker, but
Okay.
me and vodka are not friends anymore.
Oh, that happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does happen.
Yep.
But so I do like my wine and stuff. But occasionally, just to take that break, it does, I think, help you set and refocus. And too, like now the industry is doing a lot with mocktails and stuff. So there's always that, alternative that you can use when you're out social drinking with your friends.
I'm a fan of what they call it California sober. What it means is like
What does that mean? Yeah.
I can't tell you. No, it's like, no. So to her point, between the mocktails, CBD drinks, mushroom elixirs, they just now make drinks with everything but alcohol in them.
Oh, okay.
So what's nice about that is, because I've gone sober twice, once for a year, and then I did a couple months before the race this year. And so I'll take breaks. Like I'll take breaks occasionally just because I'll have something coming up. But Heineken Zero, hands down, is the greatest non-alcoholic beer on earth because it tastes like a beer. And what it is about going sober for a little bit of time is, unless you hit rock bottom, let's be honest. Like this person woke up with no underwear on the toilet.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit of a rock bottom situation, right? But it's not the alcohol. I think it's the act of doing something while you're out. I can only drink so many waters, right? It's so there was something about just being, when everyone's ordering something, to have something in my hand. And a Heineken Zero is just it. First of all, this is what I mean by Heineken Zero. Nobody does the stupid thing and goes, "Oh, you're not drinking," because it looks like a beer.
Right.
Like they see a Heineken label on it, they don't bother you.
Right.
So you don't have to take that weird, awkward, like, "Oh, none for you. Why are you not drinking?" And when you're trying,
that's awkward.
yeah, when you're doing it because you might have hit rock bottom, it's really hard when people ask you those questions. And so people struggle with that. So I like the fact that more bars and places are serving things that look like drinks, because you really, it's not about
It takes the pressure off.
it takes the pressure off. And then at home, when people come over and all these things, I think a lot of the mocktails are great because you don't have the hangover. It's not like being drunk. You can't drink too many of them, but I still think it gives you a little bit of that social lubricant that some people like.
Yeah.
So, but all that being said, it's still taking a break proves to yourself you can do it.
Yeah.
If you want to know if you don't have a problem, take a break.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you, Kathy.
Yeah,
6
6
years sober.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of so it's like, and I mean this, and it's not like a weird segue, but it really happens to anything. I know last week we talked about porn addiction. We talked about people stuck on their phones.
Yeah.
Like if the phone one is so crazy to me, because I can give up alcohol, but if you ask me to like leave my phone at home, the anxiety that it causes. By the way, nobody's trying to reach me that nobody's like gonna really find me. But, except maybe him, and he doesn't call me anyways. So it's fine. So it doesn't matter. But all right. Here's another one. So Samantha from Brooklyn, New York. It's New Year's Eve. Brooklyn in a house. I accidentally text Happy New Year to the wrong number.
Oh, no.
Instead of ending the conversation, the person replied that it was a mistake, but I thought it was an interesting conversation. She thinks it's a he, replied, "We've been chatting now for 6 days. I don't know if it's a he or she. I don't know what they look like. And we've already started sexting. We've now been doing this on and off. It's like a fantasy I'm living. I'm not going to lie. It's been a lot of fun in alone time having this conversation with a stranger that I know nothing about. It's completely escalated, but I'm torn. How long can I realistically play this out before asking for a photo, risking the illusion to go away? Or would you just end it and live with the fact that you had this little run of like excitement for a few days? So think about this. You've lived this out. You had some fun. You've got to the sexting part. You're playing this fantasy out. You know that the illusion's probably not as good as what, you have no idea what's on the other end. For all you know, it's a fucking child. Not saying no predator shit. This is Epstein Island. I'm just saying, but do you ask and go, "Can I get a picture?" Or do you go, let it end? This is the run.
I'd let it die because I'd be afraid the picture would be a dick pic.
What's her name?
This is Samantha from Brooklyn.
Samantha.
So what do you think? What would you do if you've already gone down the road? And, what would you do?
Oh, Samantha, stranger danger.
Just
stranger
danger.
Yeah, it's a little much, I think.
It's already much, but
Yeah.
would you go the next level?
I think she should just stop. That's what I don't know. There's too much.
Sent the photo?
So no photos have been
photos.
exchanged.
She's sexting.
So what
and
she's
But
saying
she
is,
said
what she's saying is like,
sexting.
it started off with Happy New Year.
Okay.
She realized, sorry, wrong number. Person, I want to say guy, but it's really person writes back, "No worries, Happy New Year, how was your night?" And then that turns into like a conversation, but it's been going on for a week. So now it's got to sexting, like playing the whole thing out, which clearly I read the whole email. She goes in like,
how do you feel about it, Tony? Because as women, I think we look at this a little differently.
Well, here's the thing. So first of all, I can't ruin the fantasy for it. I actually don't think it's weird. Here's what I mean by that. I've seen weirder shit than someone having fun and exchanging messages with a complete ghost of a human being, right? Like, so I don't think it's weird that somebody plays out something to where it gets into a little bit of a fantasy part. But I do think there's a line in the sand where you have to be like, okay, this is a fantasy. It has always been a fantasy.
Right.
So let's just cut the cord, because I think once you open the door to where do you live, send a picture.
Right.
Now, am I getting catfished? Then am I exchanging numbers? Is it one of Christopher David's fake pages? I don't know.
Are you out $10,000?
Am I
Right.
putting money down on a mortgage? I don't know. But, it's funny because it's hard. I know this is going to be a really weird way to bring this all the way back around. A lot of people are lonely,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not saying she's lonely, but I'm saying that because the way the world works and how hard it is to date and how people get ghosted, I don't know that sometimes when somebody might be in a place where a little fun's okay. I mean, it's not technically, I don't know that it's harming anything. I mean, we all could go into a place and say, what if it's a kid, or what if I get all that, right? But just for what it is, I think you pull the plug and say, hey, I had a good run.
Yeah.
It's almost like when we get these questions about people who have one night stands, and they had, like the lady last week, she met a guy at a bar. There was a younger guy. They went in the car. They played with each other and kissed and made out, and there was no sex. But then he just left with no exchange of the number, and she was like, "Well, how do I get a hold of him?" And I think more importantly, it was just that's what that moment was. So just let it live in that moment.
So you're saying as long as it's not on an emotional level, just do it for a little bit, have fun, and then go.
But isn't when emotions get involved in these things when they go south?
Oh,
Yep,
definitely.
absolutely.
Right? Like how many of us want to have sex with a friend, but the whole reason we don't is because there's no way around it. You don't have sex with a friend because all of us know it. We go, somebody's going to catch feelings. We never ever give any other reason. Oh, it could ruin the friendship. Why? Because someone's going to catch feelings. None of us ever think anything else. Well, what if this sex is bad? That doesn't even come in your head.
No.
All that ever comes in your head is somebody's going to catch feelings. So, I look at it and go, once you start turning the corner to emotion, it's got to come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus, I'm gonna be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't want it to be I don't know. I don't want my fantasy to be disappointed. I lived it. It was great. Let's call it a day. I've worked in some. Well, let's not talk about where I've worked before. I don't want to ruin people's fantasies.
You could be married, or
I would go in a completely different direction.
What would you do? You would play it out. Look at all this excitement.
Yeah.
What would you do?
You know why?
Lisa's like, well,
Because
would you play the whole thing out?
I actually, I don't know. I'm such a fucking romantic at heart, and I would be like, what if this could be like
The
somebody, somebody that you could have, because we don't know, like we really don't know like how far they went in terms of like just intellectual conversation.
Oh, there doesn't look like there was much. I read the whole
okay,
thing.
all right. I don't know that.
It doesn't look like a lot of where'd you go to school.
If it was just went right to sexting, then maybe not. But
well, no, I think what happens is, to your point. There's a lot of like, how was your night? There's a little build up. There's always a little bit of like, and that's a really way I would say it. Like I actually went back. So I know you guys probably saw it on Facebook. Like mine and my wife's anniversary for being friends was like 13 years. We had a friend anniversary or whatever.
A friend
right?
anniversary, yeah.
Yeah. So funny enough, I was like, I wonder what we chatted about 12 years, like back in. So we met.
Yeah.
We exchanged messages in 2012, and but what happened was we weren't friends. So your messages go to other.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know.
Yeah.
So we were messaging each other for months, and nobody replied to each other. So you'd be like, hey, how's it going? And then you get no reply.
Yeah.
And then she would be like, hey, how's it going? And be no reply. So this happened for like 6 months.
It went to like the other inbox.
It went to the other folder.
Yeah.
So what happened was on my birthday, the day after my birthday, this is a true story. It's not exaggeration. I talked to her on the phone in like January for like, I told my friends I talked to her. I lied. I Facebook messaged her.
Oh.
We didn't communicate. I was being a wuss. She told her friend she reached out to me. She didn't either. So I wound up calling her. So I wound up texting her and be like, hey, this is Tony. Our friends want us to meet. And so we call each other. We have a conversation. It's okay. But clearly she was still I could tell that she was kind of still in something. And I just couldn't figure it out. And I was kind of ending something. So whatever, timing was whatever. Nothing think about it. The day after my birthday, I get an actual phone call from her. And so I'm like, I get a message first that says, it's like 12:30 at night, and it says, happy belated birthday. So I write back, this is so true. I write back, I go, oh, it's you. I go, don't tell me. You're at a bar with your girlfriends. You just broke up with your boyfriend, and they're telling you to text the cute guy from Facebook. And she calls me. She goes, how the fuck did you know? And all the girlfriends were with her at a bar because they were celebrating that she broke up with this guy. And then so they were like, you should text that guy from Facebook. So she messaged me. So I went back to 2012 and pulled all of our messages from the first month that we chatted. And I saved them. And then when we went to go drink the other day, I was reading her highlights from our conversation, just like stupid stuff, being like, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, these, and I'm not saying anything, but you just watch over the days of like, hey, like, what do you look like? How you been? How was your holiday? Hey, what do you know, great. Are you dating anybody? Hey, what are you looking for in a person? And then how progressively, you know, become friends. Yeah. And then we chatted and hold hands, and then we became married. So, or like Avery said, we just skip right to the end part. There's no middle. But I was reading really funny lines from because you know when you're like, Daddy, what's this? But I was reading really funny lines.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like I was reading this funny line. It said, I wrote to her, because you read it and now I know her. So it's a huge funny disconnect between when you're dating and when you know somebody. And I read one of the lines. I go, you want to hear? She was so embarrassed. We're at the bar. The bartender had to be 21. He was 20 years old. And he was like, we're the only people at the bar. He's like, how are you guys doing? I was like, don't worry about this. You want to hear this conversation? It's going to be fucking great. And he was like, she wrote to me. She was like, I was like, what are you looking for in a guy? And she was like, a man strong enough to throw me around and show me what a man really is or something. Wow. Like, it was really funny to read that back to you that you wrote that at one point. You know what I mean? Wow. So, but my point of telling you that is like the conversation progresses to you get to that point. Yeah. Right. But it also helps like see the person. Like it makes it easier. For sure. But it takes a couple of days. It's not, you don't just jump. I mean, if it was now, I mean, 2 lines in would have been like, hey, could I get a dick pic? And it's like, oh, but I'm glad I didn't live in those. I'm glad I didn't live in those days. Yeah. All right. Next question. There's 3 of you. We'll ask 2 more questions. We got about 10 more minutes. You go with 10 more minutes, Christian? You good? You good? Okay. Speaking of dick pics, you're 3 women. You date and you live in this world. And I'm not even going to ask the other people that could answer this question in this room. Let's steer clear of that. Did my son send you a penis picture? So no. Leave that right. With the remember that? Really, we've talked about this. I'm sure. Okay. Have you ever?
Wow, it just got really red over there.
It just really did.
Oh God!
No penis pictures. So it's just
look at Christian's face.
Oh, don't so send a dick pic.
I know.
I can feel Chris is starting getting warmer back there. All right. So penis pictures. Have you gotten them? And what's the thoughts? And here's why I asked it really quick. Every woman tells me no. I was out with a friend of mine, literally at a bar 2 weeks ago. She got a dick pic. And, you know, everyone shares it and they show each other, which was hilarious. And then she asked me, she goes, does it look nice? And I go, it's a nice dick. And then she goes, I'm going to go home with him. And went home with him and slept with him. And I remember being like, oh, so dick pics do work sometimes, huh? So, all right, dick pics. Do you get them? Do you?
I think we've all gotten them. Yeah, for sure.
But is it like, do people like do it artistically? Like, what is the? First of all, I don't
know
send
some
it.
guys that keep them in their camera rolls so they could just share the same one to all the girls.
That's a good call. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
They keep them in the camera rolls.
Yes.
I would take a dick pic, and then what I would do is I'd throw it in the ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, can you make it 4 inches around?"
Whose is this?
Hey, it'd be so good. It'd be so funny. Be like. Just think about how these pictures work now. Can you take this dick pic and put me on an ice capades on stage? Like, you can just get any background. All right, so you get them. Yeah, I didn't even think about someone just having them in a Camry and just like, do you show everybody?
No.
I
don't. I'm just too embarrassed to like do that.
Okay.
I think most women are like that.
I've gotten them.
Yeah.
I don't like getting them unsolicited. I just would have to say.
But in a relationship.
In a relationship, it's
All
fucking
fair
great.
game?
It's fucking great.
It's all
yeah.
fair game.
And I think, what was the other question about
Make a
it?
mold of it.
Like, make a mold of it. Oh,
See, now I'm with
well,
you. I think in a relationship,
In a relationship, it's
all fair
great.
game.
I think unsolicited, no.
Good call.
I think the
especially
same.
if
I
it's,
think in a relationship,
especially
that's
if
what
it's
you're supposed
if
to
it's
yeah.
new, no, definitely not.
You don't want to start there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I had a friend of mine who I like, a real friend.
But I think it could be sexy as hell. And
There's a woman I would love to have as a guest. She is a photographer on Instagram, and she teaches men how to take sexy pictures and send them to women. To real woman, real like plus like 100,000, 100 million followers.
wow.
A real photographer.
Yeah.
And she switched her business. And it started off with boudoir, which is how most photographers do.
Yeah.
And then it moved into, because men took such shitty dick pics, teaching men
Are you
how to
serious?
pose for their pics. And her internet is unfucking believable.
I bet.
She does. She does all the poses and shows you and the lighting.
Wow.
And it is fucking hilarious. But also, obviously, people watch because her following is so big. I was like, she'd be a perfect guest. Like the woman who
Yes.
teaches people how to take dick pics, because we say don't send them. And here's this woman who's going to show us how to do it. So I'm going to reach out to her.
Yeah.
And,
that's
she's a
interesting.
good guest.
Yeah, and see if it's a good
Yeah.
guess. Okay. All right. And let's see. One more we'll do, and then we'll bring the show to a little. We're at almost 2 hours.
Wow.
2.5.
Wow.
Oh no, it's 2 hours, right? All right. All right. So by the way, if you see anything, Christian, that comes up, oh wow, what's the? All right. Ex-husband sent me one. Like I wanted that back. Oh my god.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my
it's
God.
so-
Can
That's
I,
great.
can I give a shout out to
Of
my
course you
friend
can.
Maggie in London or in England
Yeah.
that I made friends with here, and also a couple of girlfriends who've been very, very helpful, and cousin Teresa, of course.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend Courtney and my girlfriend Aya. Thank
You
you.
got another Courtney.
Yes, I
Court-
have a girlfriend Courtney in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's amazing, and my friend Aya that came to France with me. Yes, love you guys. Thank you so
Alright.
much.
Well, good. Any shout outs for you? Want to give any shout outs? Anyone
my
that's done
girl
a
Heather.
dick pic? Like
My
this?
girl Heather and
this-
Jill. No.
Oh, is it like anyone to get an
No.
unsolicited dick pic?
No.
But Jill and Heather, we
But
love
Jill
you.
and Heather, Jill and Heather, I love you guys.
Any shout outs?
Well, to my little girl Christina, who I haven't seen in a while. I have
Yay.
a daughter who's
Is she
in
watching?
college.
Well, when you say little,
I know I say little girl because she's always gonna be, but she's 20.
that's what I was about to say. I was
third
like,
year in college.
before I was like, is she watching? And I'm like, wait a second.
And she's in Italy. I haven't seen her for the
Oh, that's
holidays.
right.
Mm.
so
Shout
I
out
really
to
miss
you
her.
Yes.
for pulling a G parent move.
Yeah.
And when she asked you to go, knowing it was going to take your time,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
said, go.
You got to do it.
That
is
Absolutely.
Yes,
That's
Just
that
great.
say
is.
you do it,
So
right?
good for her.
Yes, Tyler tried to do that with me in Puerto Rico, and I said no.
I heard that
So
story.
you are a much better parent than me. All right. So with all that, let's do this. So obviously a lot of the show was about, you guys, the ambassador group, all that you've been through. So what I'd like to do to end the show is, and look, at some point, obviously you're going to have a podcast, which is great. Throughout the year, we'll have you guys back on, which will be awesome.
Mm.
But you have 80-ish thousand people, and how many downloads are going to happen? 4 times the amount of people watches MSG or here. So you have the floor to say whatever you want about anything you want to anybody you want. And just don't get excited. You got the blanket on. Would you say it smells delicious?
Smells delicious.
Smells delicious.
Chris,
All right, so
Chris, you smell delicious.
yes. So as we bring a show to So as we bring the show to a close, what I want to do is we'll go to Rhea, we'll go to Becky, we'll go to Lisa, we'll give a shout out to the crew behind the scenes, and we'll bring this show to a close. But first, Rhea, you came to the house, you went to the gym, you're an ambassador.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about, shout out, anything in general you want to share with the people in the Advice Unfiltered universe?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, the reason I'm here is because I want people to be brave and do what I did and do what all of us did. And I hope that nobody has any reservations in doing that. I hope that they are brave enough to reach out to good people like you and Chris that have helped us so much, you know, and understand that we've all been there. We all understand how they feel. And honestly, you said something earlier about, you know, how did you just reach out to strangers? It's easier that way.
Yeah.
You guys don't know me. I could be honest with you. I could say, hey, this is what I need.
Yeah.
This is what scares me. This is what I'm looking for. And you guys did all that. You went above and beyond, all three of you, everybody that was involved, even the girls. So yeah, that's really what I want to end with. Just do it. Just do it. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're afraid of, you also said something else about being afraid that you're going to lose something or something's going to drop off in your life, whatever it is, it's worth it. You got to put yourself first.
All right.
Yeah.
I would just say that, you know, life is hard, but you're stronger than you think you are. And I'm just so blessed that Jill introduced me to your podcast.
Shout out, Jill.
Shout out, Jill, again. Because it has taken me down a life path that I'm really benefiting from. And with your help and Chris and the ladies, I've noticed things in me that I want to change and I want to make better. So thank you.
Yeah. What's up, badass bitch?
I can't thank you guys enough
Yeah.
for what you've been doing. I mean, for the positivity that you both put out into the world. Like, this podcast it's not only the fucking funniest podcast and most entertaining and education, like engaging podcast I've seen, but it's amazing the community that you're building. And I can't say enough good things about the AUF ambassador program. It's so worth it. If you want to do it, if you have any inkling at all, if you feel like you need the support, fucking do it. Email them. It is so worth it, what you get from what you pay to do it. And I'm telling you, I think you need to actually raise your prices. I really do. Honestly,
That's what ChatGPT keeps telling me.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but it's so worth it. Like the mindset shift that I've gotten, the stuff that I've gotten from Chris and Tony, even just because I was overtraining, and the whole reason I was like plateauing was because I was overtraining and learning even just about like getting my protein right. I had no idea. I don't know if I would have gotten to that and figure that out. And so I can't recommend it enough. I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed to have found you guys. And yeah, just sending all the love out to Chris tonight. I'm so happy that he was able to go on vacation with Avery and, Isaiah. That's great. And I'm just so grateful. The steak was amazing. Thank you so much. And
I didn't pay her to say that, by the way.
Going to the gym, awesome.
And some real results.
Yes.
I lost 15 pounds in 8 weeks. 15 pounds.
Sweet.
And yeah, I mean, it's no joke. You guys really are doing it. You're doing it right.
I have to borrow Chris for a minute.
Borrow
Christian,
Chris.
Tyler, anything for you guys? As you guys are ending the show, Liv, anything for you guys backstage? Is that Chris? Are you coming?
I have another voice message from Chris.
Oh, good.
I was told to play at the end.
Okay, we won't put it yet.
Okay,
So
not yet.
I'll put him up so you can just hand
Okay.
it
This
to
one right here.
All right.
All right, I'll wait. All right, Christian, I know you got a mic, and we'll have a mic for you next week. I promise the gremlins. Anything from you there, sir?
Just awesome to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're my man. Liv, Liv, welcome back. Liv, if you're looking for a full-time job and want to replace Tyler as our Gen Z fact checker, you're more than welcome to on the next episode. All Tyler's secrets are going to come out.
my God.
Liv's going to be on the show. We're going to
Tyler.
ask her questions. She's like, well, I knew this guy one time. All right, from me, before we get words of wisdom from Chris, who sent us an audio message. Let's see. I want to see if I knew your. Oh, why do I not? I know your code. I was like, I looked at it and I was like, wait, I know your code. Because it's my code. So that's how you know you got a good kid. They got your same code. Look, first off, This show is exactly what I want it to be. In a perfect world, we have hours and hours and hours and get into funny questions, all stuff, and we'll do that at some point. But more importantly, was the three of you sharing your story. So I couldn't be more proud of the three of you because I know we were joking about how many people are on the show and all that stuff, and it's fine. But you know, it is true, and you said it, and I actually sometimes forget this. The reason the community is the way it is because we're all strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the questions that we get that people write in, the stuff that people share with us, I was talking to some celebrities and people, and we're talking about the show in general, and people are they always ask me about the questions. And I always reference this moment where I was at a bar with my wife and a bunch of random girls came over and friended her, and I was just sitting there, and a guy comes up out of nowhere and he goes, "Who wants to see my dick pic?" And so now, but naturally, like this, you'd be like, this didn't happen. And I watched this whole thing happen, and one girl started talking to him, and the line worked, and off they just talked. I don't like whatever happened, right? But he jumped in, said it. 4 people looked at him like he's an asshole, but one of them was like, it worked. And I remember thinking, like, this is something someone would write in that you'd be like, that didn't happen, right? And what it is people don't know where to turn because they're afraid of being judged. They don't want to tell their friends or family. Something fucked up happened to them, and we all know this. Like, you want to share it, and you don't know how or why. And I think that's what's really great about the community. We laugh about it, and we joke about it, but we also really try to give an honest opinion about it. Like, we really are trying to think about, like, what would we do and pass no judgment on people. I mean, there's a handful of people we pass some judgment on, but most of the people write in, we don't. But what I appreciate about it is I hope everyone out there understands the reason that we wanted to do this was because it's important for you guys to meet other people on the show. Who listens? Who's the people they're working with? As much as I don't really want this to be about the Advice Unfiltered Ambassador program from the concept of like, hey, like here's how amazing it is. I want to talk about the people that are in it and why they're in it. And because my goal is, and I've told you girl ladies know this, I think the world has a giant loneliness epidemic. And I would love nothing more this year going into next, where hope is what we're going to take the podcast and be able to develop ways and webinars and coaching programs to help people deal with loneliness. Because I think not that every problem now stems from it, but I think a lot of problems have to deal with it. Where do you turn when you're feeling a certain way and you have no one? If you're really lost in the world, where else do you turn to not feel judged, to get real help, to not have to worry about what people say about you? And this community has been that. And the really cool thing about all of you is you didn't know each other. And immediately when we do these daily check-ins and you all get to meet each other, you immediately make friends. And it has nothing to do with where you came from. It's just all about being really good human beings and realizing we all go through shit. And that's really obviously changed Chris's life. It's changed my life. And obviously, it's so exciting to see Tyler part of it. I love Christian to death. Liv, still getting to know you. But, but in all seriousness, a shout out to all of you. Shout out to our other ambassadors who are watching tonight. Who are
Kathy, Judy,
Kathy and
Madhu,
Shannon and Amy
Shannon,
and Madhu and
Amy.
Courtney and like
Madonna
and Judy.
and Donna. Yes.
Tiffany still too. I know
Tiffany.
Tiffany watch. So do we have everybody? I think we did.
I
Right?
think we
I
got
just want to make
everybody.
sure I was working.
Yeah.
Nancy. I don't want to get a meeting tomorrow. And someone
Yes.
goes, "What? No fucking shout out."
Yes.
But look, I mean this, and I love Chris, like, because me and him, we're family, so that's the way to talk about. And the fact that he thinks it's funny that we get to fuck with him a little bit, it's great. He'll be back next week. For all of you who missed his sweet face,
Oh.
I got a little voice message from him. We'll play at the end. But just remember, you're not alone out there. This community and watching this podcast, all you're doing is supporting people who want to be there for each other. Oh, it does look
Tony's
like my pants are down. It
And
does.
that's his
Oh my
leg.
God, it really does. I was like, it's a good call, Chris. But
We
also,
gotta shout out Connie
forget
too.
for you.
We didn't
don't forget,
mention Connie
I got a
tonight.
blanket you. Don't get me go crazy. Chris.
Shout out to Connie. one
Shout
of
out to
our
Connie
OGs.
too. Connie's always on. But in all seriousness, this podcast is about you, the audience. It's about you, the people. This is just an example of some of the great human beings that are part of the show. And the cool thing is being a part of the program, you're with us all year. Well, you're with us forever. I mean, you're really with us forever. And we have people who are going to help the show, which is great. So if you need help, if you need some help out there and you're struggling and you're lost, at the minimum, it doesn't hurt to reach out to us. We'll be doing the program again come February. So what we'll do is we'll announce we're going to be doing interviews again. The way it works is you come on, you write in why you're looking for help. We do interviews with you, and then we look at our schedules and we try to pick out as many people as we can help. We generally try to take really about 10. Occasionally run in some really great people, so we take a couple more. But with that being said, I want to make sure he gets to end the show as always. So as end the show here, let's end the show with our man in command, Mr. Christopher Dave. Chris. I wonder if you hold on. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Chris, you have anything to say? You're on the wrong camera.
I know I am.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Hey, I just want to tell everybody I'm really proud of you guys. You guys did amazing to end the show. To everybody in the Ambassador program, I'm really proud of you. And great show tonight, guys. Really, really great show.
Oh,
thanks, Chris.
Love you.
We love you, Chris.
Now I won't do anything dirty with this blanket anymore. So,
that blanket's coming home with me.
oh yeah. Sorry, Chris is going home with someone this evening. If anyone wants to know, so
because he smells delicious.
He smells delicious. Shout out Rick. So, what outside that, as always, thank you all. Guess what? Episode you have to be the me. You've seen the show. You know this ends. You know the whole routine. All right, you ready? All right. With that being said, episode 49 is in the books. Thank you. Hit it. Go.
Thank you.
That's how we always end the show.
That's right.
I really didn't do it as good as him, but that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.